we're over to turn 5. So it's menace phase, turn 5. And we have to shake for, first of all, noise. So does this person bring on a zombie? No, they don't. Does this person bring on a zombie? No, they don't. Ammo? Well, we know Travis shot, therefore he has to reload because of his bow. And then zombie movement. So all the zombies are going to move 5 inches to the nearest person. So I think Officer Kramer might be slightly overrun here, as all of these can come in contact with him. So with these zombies, they are closer to Kathy, so they actually get to Kathy. So they lose 1 AP climbing over the barrier, but they both actually come in contact with Kathy. So that's the end of the zombie moves. So we're over to action phase. Right, I think PC Kramer might be in a bit of troubles here. Now the question is, do we go and help him, or do we leave him to his fate and not risk any more people? I think we're a selfless band, so we're gonna go and try and help him, I think. So Brannick is gonna run up here and attack this zombie. Walk, sorry. He walks up there. He didn't have to run. Same for Travis. Travis is gonna move in and attack this zombie also. And just hope that PC Kramer can survive the turn. Then we're gonna have Romy. Romy is going to... So she's got 4 AP left. She's going to walk. She's not going to run because she doesn't want to risk bringing on another zombie. So she doesn't quite get off the board, but next turn she probably will. Then we got Tracy. Now Tracy can move up. And she can just fit in there. So she can help the preacher fight. And then Kathy's kind of stuck in combat, and I'm not going to try and break away. Now, I could have tried to break away with PC Kramer, but he wouldn't have succeeded because you would add 1 for each of the terror. So they got a terror 3, but they've got 4 friends, so they would have a terror equal to 7. So chance of him breaking away would have been highly unlikely, so that's why I didn't do that. So after actions, we have CQC phase. So we're going to start with Brannick attacking this zombie. So Brannick has got a skill of 3. The skill of 3 plus 1 because it's a zombie, so that's 4. Plus 1 because he's got a friend, so that's 5. He's got a skill of 5. So I shook a 6, they shook a 4, so I've beaten it. On a 5 or a 6, he manages to behead it with his spade. No, he doesn't. Does he get ill? No, he doesn't. Travis, 3, 4, 5 for Travis, using his bare hands to try and kill the zombie. So the zombie shook 6, plus 2 is 8. Ours added up to 5, so ours is 9. So I've beaten it. On a 5 or a 6, he breaks its neck. No, he doesn't. Does he get ill? 1. Yes, Travis has got sick. Now, do I want to push it away? I can't, because if he pushes it, it's going to be into the combat with PC Kramer. So, can't do that. So next we got PC Kramer. Okay, well, PC Kramer is going to attack, we'll say, that one. Okay, so he has a skill of 3. But he's fighting a zombie, that's 4. And he's got a friend, 5, 6. So his skill is 6. Now the zombie has got a skill of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the zombie is plus 1 on me. So we just add 1 to its dice. So I shook a 3, it shook a 6, so it got 7. So it blocked my damage. So I cannot push it back. The preacher, so his skill is 5, plus 1, 6, plus 2 because he's got a friend. So that's 7. So ours adds up to 11. It adds up to 8, so I've beaten it. On a 4, 5 or 6, he lobotomized it. No! On a 1, he gets sick. No. He's not going to push it back because he wants Tracy to have a go if he can't finish that job. So Tracy's got a skill of 4, plus 1 for a zombie and plus 1 for a friend. That's 6. So I shook a 6, it shook a 4, so I've beaten it. Do I Lobo on a 4, 5, or a 6? No. Do I get infected? 1. Yes, she does get sick. She will push it back because she won the combat. So then we got Kathy. Now, Kathy is outnumbered, but she's not so greatly outnumbered as poor old PC Kramer there. So Kathy is going to be attacking that zombie. So she has got a skill of 5, plus 1 because she's fighting a zombie, so that's 6. Zombie's got a skill of 2, plus 1, so it's got a skill of 3. So I got 6, it's got a 3. So it's a 3 difference, basically. So adding 3 to mine is 4. It got a 6, so it beats me. I cannot beat it. So therefore, do I get infected? No, I don't. So that's the end of our CQC phase. Over to zombie CQC phase. Oh dear. Right. We're going to start with this one attacking Kathy. So our skill is 5, 6 because it's a zombie. It's got plus 1 though, so it's got 3. So there's a difference of 3. So it shook a 4, I shook a 5, so I've beaten it. This one is going to attack me. 3 difference. Ooh, I shook a 6, it shook a 6. So it goes to attacker in a 2-player game. It goes to the aggressor, sorry. In our game, it would go to the person with the highest CQC, I'm assuming. So we got this ensemble, and they are going to attack PC Kramer. So we're going to start here and work our way around, leaving him to last because he might hit someone else. So actually we start here. So it's got a skill of 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got a skill of 6. I have a skill of 3, so it's got plus 3. I shook a 6, it shook a 5, so it beats me. It's got a strength of 3, so I shake and add 3, so I got 6. Okay, so now we look at his PC Kramer's endurance. So PC Kramer has an endurance of 3. So 3 goes into 6 twice. That means he has taken 2 damage. Does he get infected on a 1? No, he doesn't. So that's that one. So this one gets the same bonuses. So it's plus 3. So it shook higher than me. It beats me. Again, it's got a skill of strength of 3. Plus 4, that's 7. So my 3 goes into 7 twice. So I take 2 damage. Now, Officer Kramer only had 1 damage left. So he is taken out of the combat by that zombie. And we've lost Officer Kramer. So all of these now haven't got a target, so they're not fighting. But this one has got a target. Now it can attack either Brannick or Travis. So it's going to go to the person with the least hits. Well, both of them have got the same amount of hits. Then it'll go for the person with the least CQC skill. And they both got the same CQC skill. So then it's really up to us who he goes for, I would say. Now, Travis is sick. Brannick isn't. So we say it'll go for Travis because he is sick. So, Travis has got a skill of 3. Plus 1 because he's got a friend. Plus 1 because he's got a zombie. So, it's plus 5 versus it's plus 2. So, it's got 7. We got 9. So, we beat it. So, we managed to fend off the zombie. End phase. Now, in end phase, we have lost someone this time. We lost Officer Kramer. So, in order to find out whether we run or not, we shake a dice. So, I shook a 2. Plus our casualties. So, that'll knock it up to 3. So, next we look at the group leader's courage. So, our group leader, Pastor Jones, Preacher Jones, has got a courage of 4. Plus how many surviving members we have. Now, we can't count Trent as a surviving member because he has escaped the board, but he doesn't count as a casualty either. So we got 4 plus how many members? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is higher than 3, actually 10. So that means that we stay on the board. If it had been lower somehow, we would have failed, but we can't really fail at this point. So end of phase on turn 5. So turn 5, we shake again to see if anything happens. So I should go 1 plus 5, that's 6. Changing weather. So our fair weather has blown its way out and we get a new weather. Right, so we shake a 7. Moderate conditions. So it's replaced by our moderate conditions by moderate conditions. So we go over to turn 6. Now in turn 6 we go to menace phase. No one ran. No one has shot any ammo, so we don't have to check for any of that. But we do have to check for zombie movement, which is kind of unfortunate because these are going to get overwhelmed here. So what we're going to do is going to have 2 of those pile onto him. See if we can get another one on it. There you go. We'll say like that. Like so. Now this combat is looking rather confusing, but I'm sure we'll figure it out when we get to it. So next we have action phase. So Romy is going to walk off. That's getting our second supply token that we managed to get off the board. We won't have anyone else doing anything. We're hoping that these guys will at least survive a little while to finish this combat off to come up and help. But whether they will or not is another thing. So then we go over to CQC phase. Now in CQC phase, we're going to have Kathy attack this zombie right in front of her. So Kathy has a skill of 5, knocked up to 6 because she is attacking a zombie. They have a skill of 3 because they've got a friend. So 10 to 5, to 7 rather. So I've beaten it on a 4, 5 or 6. She lops its head off. She does at long last. She kills it. So we mark that Kathy has killed a zombie. Did she get infected? Actually, I don't have to shake because she's already infected. So we don't have to check again this mission. We'd have to check again in later missions, but not this one. So she is done. So then we're going to go over to the pastor or the preacher. Preacher Jones is at +5, +6, +7. So yes, we both shook 5, so he won. On a 4, 5 or 6. No, doesn't lobotomize. Does he get sick? No, he doesn't get sick. He's going to stay in combat because he can help, hopefully, Tracy finish the job off. So she's +4, +5, +6. So 6, that's 9. There's adds up to 6, so I've beaten it. On a 4, 5 or 6 because she's using a knife. No, she doesn't. Does she get sick? She's already sick, so she didn't have to really shake. And she's going to push it back. So then we got Travis. So Travis is going to attack this this one. This one here. So Travis's skill is 3. He's got a friend, so 4. And he's attacking a zombie, so his skill is up to 5. But this zombie has got friends. So he's got 2, 3, 4. So I'm +1, basically. So I shook a 6, it shook a 3, so I've beaten it. Right, so we could really do with Travis here getting a 5 or a 6 to kill this zombie. 6! He does! He breaks the zombie's neck. Oh, Travis, you hero, you. So he's now killed 3 zombies. Does he get sick? He's already sick, so he doesn't have to check. So down to Brannick fighting. Now, Brannick is only fighting 2 now, thanks to the brave efforts of Travis. So Brannick has got a skill of 3. He's fighting a zombie, so it knocks it up to 4. So his is 4, the zombie's is 3, so I'm +1. So mine adds up to 3. It beat me. So I don't manage to beat it, so I don't manage to injure it or push it back. Do I get sick? Brannick does not get sick. So then the zombies get to attack back at us. So we're going to start with Kathy versus her one. So Kathy has a skill of 6, because it's +1 because it's fighting a zombie. So 6, that's 9. There's add up to 8, so I've beaten it. So I can't push it back because it's its attack. Then we got Travis fighting these 2. So first one is going to attack. So he's got a friend, so he's up to +3, while Travis is +4. So it beats us because ours comes up to 5. Uh-oh. Right. So it's got a strength of 3. So that's 4. Our endurance is 3. So 3 goes into 4 once, so I take 1 damage. Then this one's going to attack us. So ours is 3. So I'm +1. So 2, 2, 2, they're both equal. So it goes to the person with the higher CQC. So that's Travis in this case. So he manages to fend off that zombie. So he's taking 1 damage, but he's still in the fight. Next we've got Brannick. Now Brannick has got a skill of 4 because he's fighting a zombie. Versus 3, so we are +1 again. So I shook a 2, it shook a 1. But I would have +1 anyway, so I win that combat. And then the other zombie is going to do the same. So we are +1, so ours adds up to 4, theirs adds up to 2, so I win the combat. So somehow they are managing to fend off these zombies and not get killed, which is really above and beyond. So then we're over to end phase. We didn't lose anyone this turn, so we don't have to shake to see whether we break. But what we do have to do is shake for end phase. So we're on turn 6. I shook a 4, so that's 10. Horde inbound. For the remainder of the game, if anyone makes enough noise to bring zombies on, instead of bringing 1 zombie on, you bring 1d3 zombies on. So it's going to make making noise even more serious. But basically, it's not the end of the world. So we're over to turn 7. So, menace phase, sound, ammo, none of those count. So then it's zombies moving. So this one is going to move back into contact. So he's going to move into contact. Now he's going to try and go for Kathy. So he can just about make it to Kathy without touching the preacher. So the preacher is free this turn to move. And he'll only have to attack that. So over to action phase. Well, our preacher, does he want to go and rush to help Travis? Or is he going to stay here? No, he's going to try and finish this fight off with Tracy. So he's just going to move back into contact with that zombie. So they're both in contact now. There's no more actions to be done. So we're over to CQC phase. So as always, we're going to start with Kathy. Kathy is 5 plus 1, 6. So her skill of 6 versus it's 2. So I'm +4 basically. So mine adds up to 5. I've beaten it. Now Kathy's using a heavy blade. So she needs a 4, 5 or a 6 to behead it. No, she still can't behead that zombie. Does she get ill? Kathy is already 6, so she didn't have to. So she can push it back though, because she did win the combat. Now the preacher attack, because we want him to get the experience. So his skill is up to +7 because of the help, and it's a zombie. So 7 versus 2, so I'm +5. So I've beaten it. We're 6 to their 4. Do I lobotomize it? Come on, preacher, you need to do some work. So he needs a 4, 5 or a 6. No, he doesn't. Does he get sick? No, he doesn't get sick either. He's not going to push it back in order to give a bonus to Tracy attacking. So Tracy is 4, 5, 6. 6 versus 2, so she's +4. Alright, it shook a 4. I shook a 1, so 4 onto mine is 5. So I've actually won that combat, but it was as close as it could get. So on a 4, 5 or 6, she kills him. She lops his head off with her knife. Next we've got Travis. So Travis, he has got 3. He's fighting a zombie, so that's 4. It's got 2, +1 because it's got a friend, so it's 3. So I'm +1. So it shook a 6, I shook a 5, +1, that's 6. So it's a draw. So I don't manage to beat it. But because I have got the higher skill, I can push it back. So next we've got Brannick. Brannick is going to attack. Now he's got 3, +1 because he's fighting a zombie, that's 4. It's got 3, so I am +1 again. So I shook a 5, it shook a 5. Mine goes up to 6. because of my +1 skill. So I've beaten it. Alright. On a 5 or a 6, managed to behead it. No. On a 1, does he get sick? No, he doesn't, but he can push it back. The zombie's attacking back, so we've got 1 against Travis. So Travis has got a skill of 3, 4 against its 2. So I'm +2. So mine adds up to 5, its add up to 5, but my CQC is better, so I managed to block it. Travis, doing the same skills. So mine adds up to 3, it adds up to 3 because I was +1, so I beat it, because on draws, I beat it because my skill is higher. So next, we're over to Menace phase yet again. So we shake, we didn't lose anyone this turn, but we do have to shake on the turn, so it's 7 + 1, that's 8. That body's moving. Pick a random supply token which hasn't been claimed and place a zombie on it. So odd this one, even this one. Even this one, alright, so this one now is a zombie carrying that token. And we're over to turn 8, Menace phase. So in Menace phase we have to check for noise and ammo. Obviously they're not something that we have to worry about. So, zombie movement. This zombie is going to come into contact with Kathy. This one's going to move back into Travis. That one back into Brannick. And then we've got this new zombie who can't see anyone. No one made any noise. So technically it should idle. But I'm saying these fighting is going to make some noise, even if it's not enough to draw on a zombie. So that's a little house rule that I am going to add. Because they're fighting, they will draw this zombie towards them. So then it's action phase. Alright, well, we got 2 free people now that can actually do something. So the pastor, or preacher, is going to move up 2 to get him here. So he's got 4 AP left. He's going to run into this zombie here. So he's activated, ran, and made noise. Tracy's not really going to be able to get to these people because she'd have to move 3 to get here. That would give her 3 inches left. If she ran, actually, that's exactly what she's going to do. She can get there. She can't help Travis, really, but she can get into combat with this zombie. So it's over to CQC phase. So we're going to start with Kathy and this lone zombie. So Kathy has got 5 + 1, so she's got 6. It's got 2, so I'm +4. So I've beaten it with a 4 to 4. Right. So Kathy's got a heavy blade, so a 4, 5, or 6, she beheads it. She does. Kathy has done really well. And that's her 3rd zombie that she has killed in close combat. Preacher's got a CQC of 5, but it's a zombie, 6, and a friend, that's 7. So I am 5 better than him, so I add 5 to my skill. So that's 9 to its 6, so I've beaten it. On a 4, 5, or 6, I lobotomize it. I do. The preacher has finally managed to kill a zombie. His first of the game, actually. So, yes. Did he get sick on a 1? No, he doesn't get sick. Travis is only against a 1 zombie now, so hopefully Travis can take this one out. So his CQC with bonuses adds up to 4. Preacher's is 2, so I'm +2. So mine adds up to 4, but it adds up to 5. So it has blocked me, and Travis is still fighting that zombie. Now Brannick is going to attack this one. Brannick has got a skill of 3, so that makes his score 4. I should go 3 for the zombie, 4, 5, plus 1 because he's got a friend, so it adds up to 6. So it beats me. So I do not manage to push it back. Oh no. Now does Brannick get sick? He's one of my few characters who isn't sick. No, he's fine. He's still fine. So it's over to zombie phase. So we've got to start with this one versus Travis, the hero of the hour. So Travis's skill is 4, it's his 2, so I get +2 to me. So I shook a 6, it shook a 3, so I've beaten it. Then this zombie, it's got a skill of 3 because it's got a friend, versus my skill of 4. So I'm +1. So I shook a 1, it shook a 2, so I'm drawn with it. draws go to me because I got a higher skill than it. And then the other one's going to attack. So it's got a skill of 3, I've got a skill of 4. So again, +1 to me. And I should go 4, it should go 1. So I've beaten it. Now I can't push it back because that was in defense. So that's CQC phase over. So into end phase, we didn't lose anyone. So I don't have to shake for any break tests. But I do have to shake for end of turn events. So I shake a dice, add 8 because we're on turn 8. So it adds up to 11. Blind panic. Oh no. Right, so a character closest to a board edge, so it's going to be Kathy, oh no, has to do a courage test 10, or she immediately runs for the edge of the board, leaving if possible. She may not fire or fight in the CQC phase of this turn. Okay, so she's going to have to try and do a panic test. So her courage of Kathy is 3. So I can't actually do it because... Oh, hang on. No, because she's not within 6 inches of my pastor, because if she was, you could use his special skill where if she was within 6, she could use my courage instead of her own, and there would have been a chance. So she automatically fails the thing, and she has to run. So she's got a CQC of 6, that's, not CQC, she's got AP of 6, so she can run. Right, so it specifically says run, so she has to go in a straight line. She runs off the board and escapes, just. So we've lost Kathy as she ran off in fear. So we're on to turn 9. So first of all, noise. Well, we have made some noise this time. So we've got 2 dice here. So if we shake 6s, we bring on new zombies. And yes, one of them did bring on a new zombie. So the closest board edge, so it's going to be... Closest board edge is actually down by... just off camera. That is the closest board edge. So a zombie comes on there. And it's 1d3 zombies now because of that end of phase event. So 1, 2, it's a 1. 3, 4, it's 2. 3, 4, it's 2 zombies come on down here. All zombies get to move. So basically, these are still in combat, so they're not going to, but these zombies are going to move 5 inches towards us, which brings them up to this point. And on to camera, yay! So it's over to action phase. Right, now, let's see if we can help these people out a bit. He can walk 6 and team up against this zombie. Tracy will move and fight this zombie. So hopefully easing things a little bit. Oh, we forgot to move this zombie, didn't we? So this zombie is by here. So it's over to CQC phase. So we're going to have Tracy attacking first. So Tracy is going to attack this zombie. So she's got +1 because she's attacking a zombie, and +1 because she's got a friend. So her skill is up to 6 versus 2. So I'm +4. So I shook a 4, it shook a 2, so I've beaten it. On a 4, 5 or a 6, she lobotomizes it because she has a knife. No, she doesn't. So we're going to have Travis do the same thing. He's going to attack that zombie. So his is up to 4. 4 versus 2, so I'm +2. So I shook a 5, it shook a 3, so I've beaten it. On a 5 or a 6, he breaks its neck. He shook a 5. Travis just snapped another zombie's neck. Considering he's not even armed with a melee weapon, he is a lethal fighter. The pastor, or the preacher. The preacher is going to attack with 5, +1 because he has... he's fighting a zombie, and +1 because he's got a friend. So this is up to 7. So I'm +5 with the pastor. So even with it shaking 5, I'm still better than it, and I still beat it. On a 4, 5 or a 6, lobotomizes the zombie. 6, the pastor is doing his work now that he really needs to. So that's his second kill. Does he get sick on a 1? No, he doesn't. Brannick. So Brannick with a 3 +1, so 4. So he's +2 on this zombie. So I shook a 6, it shook a 2, so I've beaten it. On a 5 or a 6, he brains it with his shovel. And a 6, he kills a zombie this turn as well. Did he get sick on a 1? No, he didn't. So it's zombies attack. There are no zombies in combat with anyone. So then it's over to end of turn. Breakage test. Now I think she ran off the board, so I don't think she counts as a casualty. But we'll check just to make sure. So I shake a dice. 5. So if she was being counted as a casualty, that'd be 7. So we compare it to our courage of 4 plus how many survivors got? 5, 6, 7, 8. So we would have passed it even if we did have to counter, which I don't think we do, but just in case we did. So it's turn 9, end of turn phase. So we shake 9 plus 2, that's 11. Nearest person to a board edge runs off. The preacher, alright, so he runs for the nearest board edge. Got 6 AP, so he could try and run, but with running you cannot go over difficult terrain, so that includes climbing, I would think. So he's just going to run into this corner and be sort of stuck there for this turn, and he won't be able to CQC or fight. So it's over to turn 10, menace phase. So the zombies are going to move. So these are moving 5 here and here. This zombie moves 5 to the nearest person. That's going to be Tracy. Brannick's going to move up and attack the zombie. Travis is going to reload because he's not touching that zombie, so he's not in combat. And the pastor's just going to stand there and whine. So then we go over to shooting phase. Now in shooting phase, Travis is going to shoot his bow at that zombie. We've got a skill of 3 with Travis, +1 because he's shooting at a zombie, so he's got a skill of 4. I need a 3+. He does, so he hits the zombie on a 3, 4, 5 or 6 with a hunting bow. He manages to lobotomize it. He does, so he kills yet another zombie. So Travis's kill count now has gone up to 5. So we put a token on to show that he is fired. So next we go into CQC phase. So we're going to start with Tracy. So Tracy has got a skill of 4 +1 because she's fighting a zombie and a friend. So 5, 6. So she's +4 versus the zombie. So she's beaten the zombie on a 4, 5 or a 6 because she's using a knife. She does. She lobotomizes that zombie and it drops its treasure. So the zombies get to attack back. There are no zombies that can attack. So then it's over to end of phase. We haven't lost anyone that turn, so we don't have to worry about casualty checks. But we do have to worry about end of phase rolls. Because basically, whatever we roll now, one of our people is going to try and run away. So, I should go 1 + 10, that's 11. That means person nearest to a board edge will try and run away in blind panic. So what we're going to say is the preacher again is going to try and run. We're going to say that because that makes a little bit more sense actually. So he runs and he's here and he can't attack this turn. It's menace phase of turn 11. Now he ran, so he does make a noise. Does he bring anything on? No, he doesn't. Which is good because we've still got that horde rule coming in. He shot, so he fails his ammo test. And the zombie moves towards him. Moving 5, he gets in contact with Travis. So it's over to action phase. Now it says that the preacher doesn't get to fight or shoot this phase. But I reckon he just gets to do nothing this phase. Because, I don't know, it seems like I could just keep walking him back this way. Or running him back this way. And it'd be a constant push-pull. So we got Travis, Kathy and Brannick still to go. So we're going to have Brannick pick up that. So that costs him 3 of his 6 AP. So he's got 1 AP left because that's a heavy 2 item. So he is going to walk 1 inch that way with that. So Tracy is going to come into contact with this zombie. And then that's the end of the action phase. So we're over to shooting phase. No one can shoot. So we're over to CQC phase. And we're going to have Tracy attack. So she's got skill of 4. She's fighting a zombie and she's got help. So that it knocks it up to 6. So I am +4 on this zombie. So I get a higher score with them shaking 2 and me shaking 3. So I've beaten it. On a 4, 5 or a 6, I lobotomize it. No, I don't. Now she can't get sick again because she's already sick. She's not going to push it back. Travis is going to have an attack. So his skill adds up to 5 against 2. So I'm +3. So mine comes to 5. So I've beaten it. On a 5 or a 6, he breaks its neck. 6. Travis manages to break that zombie's neck without any weapon. And that knocks him up to kills of 6. End phase. Now, breakage, we didn't lose anyone that round, so we don't have to shake for that. But we do have to shake for end of phase actions. And we're on turn 11 +2, that means 13. So it means the nearest person to an edge runs. So the preacher runs off the board. So it's over to turn 12. And in turn 12, it's going to be checking for sound. Well, the pastor's just run off. So did he bring a zombie on? No, he didn't. So then it's noise. We just did. Ammo. No one shot any ammo. Zombie activation. There are no zombies. So it's over to action phase. So action phase is going to be with Brannick. So Brannick is down to 4 AP. So he can run for 8. You can run 8 for 4 AP. So he is here. Next turn, he'll probably be able to get off. But we need to show that he has ran and made noise. So then we got Travis. Travis has got his full 6, so he could run 12. So he's going to run 12. So he's going to get just by here. A little bit closer, so if any zombies come on, they're going to get to him first. Now we could have Tracy try and run and get this last supply token, but I've got a feeling we're going to run out of activations before that. Actually, there's another supply token there, which I completely forgot about. To here. So she has run and she has made a noise. So CQC, shooting, there is none of the above. So we don't have to worry about that. So end of phase, no one was injured, so I don't, casualty rather, so I don't have to shake for break test. I do have to shake for the turn, so turn 12 and 5 is 17. Nearest person to a board edge runs off. So she just ran off. It's a second noise token on her. So then it is turn 13 and we're over to menace phase. So on menace phase, so on a roll of a 4, we get something coming on. So we got zombies coming on. How many zombies? Just 1 zombie comes on here. So we're going to move the camera so that you can actually see what's happening now. There you go. So the zombie has come on. So for this one, on a roll of a 6, no. And a roll of a 6, no. So we only get the 1 zombie coming on. So the zombie immediately gets to activate in the zombie activation phase. So it can move 5 inches. Which will get it here. And that's its turn. So it's over to our action phase. So how close is Brannick to the end? Right, so he's got 4 AP left. So that means he can run 8. He's going to run off the board, carrying a treasure. And then we've got Travis. Travis is going to do the same. He runs off the board and survives the mission. So that's it. That was our turn, and we're over to end of game rolls. So post game rolls. So from our treasure, we managed to get 11 supplies. We got a hunting rifle, a hunting bow, and a revolver. Now you'll get to see who I attach these to as we go through our characters. So Kathy, Tracy and Travis all managed to recover from being sick. Travis needed to use the medicine in order to achieve this. But as you can see, Officer Kramer here is still sick. I've sent my people out to forage for food, so I managed to get the 8 meals, enough to feed my people, but that was about it. We defended our refuge, and that was about all, really. So we're going to go over to levels. So, as you see, Pastor Jones here, he went up 1 level, so he's still got 1 point left on his experience. But on his 1 level, he knocked his, I think it was his CQC up 1, so now it's 5/6. But apart from that, he really hasn't got anything else that has changed on him. He has no conditions, etc. So next we have PC Kramer, and as I said, he's still sick. And from his injury rolls, he's blind in 1 eye, so he's -1 to his firearms. So his firearms has gone down from 4 to 3. And now he didn't go up a level because he got taken out pretty early on, and he didn't gain any experience. However, I have given him the revolver. Even though his firearms has gone down, it's still better, well, or as good as anyone else's, so I figured it suits that he would have the firearm. So Kathy went up 1 level, and she's got 2 experience left. The firearms went up 1, so I've given her the hunting rifle, so she's a bit more deadly now at range, and we'll be able to see a bit more range weapon combat. Next, we got Brannick. Now, Brannick, he went up 2 levels. And let's see if we can work out what ones we spent it on. So he got 1 on CQC and 1 on firearms. So we gave him the hunting bow because his firearms went up. Apart from that, he's the same as before. So Romy, yeah, she went up 1 level. She's got 5 experience still left. And her endurance went up when we shook for what went up. So, yeah, she's a bit tougher to kill. Travis, he went up 1 level. Again, he's got 5 experience because he was our killing machine last game. His damage capacity went up 1, so now he's got a damage capacity of 4, so he's going to be that little bit harder to kill. Trent the firefighter, so he went up 2 levels, as you can see, and his firearms and CQC both went up, so he's getting a lot tougher in every kind of combat, really. So yeah, he's going to be useful in our next games. Next we got Tracy, the rescue worker. So she's got 5 experience, but she didn't have enough to knock her up a level, so that really hasn't changed. So everything is the same as she was previously. And that's our group. That's what's happened to them, and I hope you tune in next time for our next adventure and see what can happen with St Judes congregation. So until next time, goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Ball Gamer.